Well, I am joined right now by Avalie May to celebrate yet another success that she has had due to my tutelage and guidance.
No,
And
no.
I'm happy to take as much credit as I can for it, which I believe is quite a decent amount. Avalie, welcome to the show. Glad to have you. What
To
do you
the
got for us
show,
today?
to the show, your interviews are now shows.
Yes,
You think
exactly.
that I don't know how I feel about that
I'm
type of
going
introduction.
insane during the pandemic.
I could see you're growing out your hair. You've
It's
got like a
so bad.
caveman beard going on right now.
My beard is also, yeah, I need to. Anyway, look, I'm just trying to be safe. So my point
Okay.
is, you have some wild news to announce today that I would have never anticipated because it's like something that I grew up watching, and now you are going to be part of it. It's very strange. Why don't you go ahead and give me the breakdown?
Well, I am joining G4 as one of their newest hosts, which is super, super cool and super exciting. And the big secret that I've been keeping to myself for like freaking years now.
Yeah,
So I'm looking forward to all the content that we're going to be able to do together because,
you
Travis,
and
listen,
me.
remember how, what? No, not you. I'm
Oh,
saying you listen to me. Thank you very
I
much.
said when you said content we're going to be able to do together, I thought you meant
No,
us.
no, 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 no. It's the we of me and G4, okay? Travis, listen, after Yahoo, there was no more we. The we dropped.
You
It was
literally did
just
stuff for my YouTube
me
channel. Why don't you go back to
and you.
talking about the thing that you're supposed to talk about in this? You're wasting
Instead of just
everyone's
trashing on
time.
you. Okay, let me talk about it. Yeah, so I'm excited. I'm really looking forward to the content that I'm going to be doing with G4 because remember how I would always go to you and be like, "Hey Travis, I want to make VTuber models of every single LCS team. Will you please give me
It was
$4,000
going to be like
for
10,000, but yes.
essentially, right? Well, I'm not saying that this is an idea that they've approved, but I can essentially go, hey, G4, I want to make VTuber models of every celebrity you can think of. And maybe they'll give it like a little bit of thought before saying you get one. But
Yeah.
basically, what I'm saying there is I'm super excited to now have access and support in making all the weird ideas come to life that have been living inside my head. But not only that, but also being a part of like the greater G4 plan and the greater universe that they have and they've been building and I guess like the future of content that they're making with it because like I can't talk about like all the super stuff. I could talk about what's out right now, but it's going to be big. It's going to be big and I know that the generation of people who are younger than you like me who didn't know what G4 was growing up because we either didn't have like that special cable channel or we were just too young and we missed it. Like they're now going to be this new audience that's reintroduced to like the new G4 and all of the weird and wacky content that I think esports and gaming has been missing for a long, long time.
Well, yeah. Let me ask you because you and I have talked for a long time about media companies in the esports and gaming space.
Yep.
Very notably, recently, ESPN Esports crumbled, which as sad as I am for our colleagues, it's like that. I was very critical of ESPN as a media entity and what they were doing with I think some very talented people. So you seem very enthusiastic about G4. So what gives you so much enthusiasm that this will be, a very different scene than what we've seen previously?
I think it's just the people that I've met throughout the company, both in like the highs and the lows and whatever positions or something that you want to say. They understand gaming. They understand esports. They understand Twitch. They understand YouTube. And if there's someone who doesn't understand that, then they're building a team underneath them to, pick up that information and eventually teach them. Like it doesn't feel like an ESPN or a Yahoo where it's just one person on top who says, okay, esports seems to be like the biggest craze right now. How do we milk it for, what it's got? It
Yeah,
doesn't it doesn't feel like that. It feels like everyone here genuinely wants to make this fun content and wants to start connecting like the older or the legacy G4 audience along with everyone else who's new and coming in. So
yeah.
for me, it's the authenticity that really draws me in because I was hesitant when I first heard about them. I went through some of their old stuff and I'm like, ooh, I don't know if this really plays out nowadays. But looking at the new content that they've already made so far, in November, we did like the Gravython stream where to raise money for charity, we had a bunch of streamers just play Among Us. And then it was me and Adam Sessler, who is most notably the host of X Play, or was the host of
Yes.
X
No,
Play.
I mean, I grew up watching Adam Sessler, so yes,
Well, I'm
very
going to tell
familiar.
you who he is, Travis, because I'm
Great.
sure you don't know who he is. He's a
Well, the
really great
people
guy.
watching this might not know, so I understand the
Okay.
explanation.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for letting me do my job. I'm going to try to let you do yours. So just let me, it's
I
my
was
time.
just
Thank you.
celebrating the fact that you were hanging out with somebody who is very prestigious.
Okay. I'll tell him that you say hi the next time I see him.
Please
But
don't.
is
He
that
has no idea who I am, and
and
I
now he
don't.
never will.
That's fine.
But no. That's just like an example of things that they're doing and they're planning on doing that I don't think it's going to be like old man boomer trying to come into the scene and trying to make something weird. Like just the esports show that we've been doing so far, what we've been allowed to say, there's not a single other person that would let us say what we're trying to say. Like it's me and Frosk, and we made jokes about naming the show Two Girls, One Esport in like the first episode.
Yeah.
It's funny. And I think that that's what the esports scene needs right now, because everything just feels either too formal and traditional sportsy and not enough, fun that's really giving the community and the audience what they want, like what they actually celebrate as gamers and people on the internet.
Yeah. No, I mean, I definitely can see that just with the content that you've done so far. What I guess that leads into the next conversation, right? Which is like so many people, especially those that are watching this video, know you from League of Legends esports. So I think one of the questions they're going to be asking is, okay, well, I know G4 was like general games coverage when it existed before, and so you're already doing this esports show, so it kind of answers my question, right? But like, how much of is this going to be Ovely doing all her League of Legends stuff, but now for G4? Or is it no League of Legends stuff or no esports stuff? So what is this going to look like for your role at G4?
So for me at G4, I'll say this, like all of my focus, the majority of my focus is going to be on G4. But me working at G4 doesn't mean that you aren't going to still see me doing my streams, doing collaborations with other people like, I don't know, Flowers or the other LCS casters, or doing, maybe more traditional LCS or league specific content with other people. Like you're going to still see me on all of these avenues. But mainly I'm going to be trying to take those ideas and give them to G4 and see what we can do together with that. Like, in fact, I think you're going to see like way more content from me and way more collaborations just because they now have like the reach and the ability to do those things. So you don't have to like worry like, oh, is Ovely leaving like the League of Legends scene forever? It's like, no, I'm still going to be doing that content. It's just going to be presented in like a different way with G4, kind of more in the comedic take, which is what I like, because you've never seen me, like as an analyst on the analyst desk or doing a segment like, Jat Stats or a breakdown like Mark or
Run
Isaac.
It, an amazing
What?
show that's part of the Travis Gafford.
Okay,
Industries
it's my
brand.
time to self-promote, Travis. Not
I'm just
not you. Thank you very
listing
much.
examples of content that perhaps you're not prone to.
So yeah, super excited about my content that I'm doing. But I mean, those are just kind of like the examples of things that you're still going to be seeing and that I'm going to be doing. I'm not disappearing from League of Legends. It's still, like the love of my life in terms of the esports scene. All of those LCS players are still like my babies, and I want no harm to ever come
I
to
mean,
them.
a lot of them aren't even around anymore. Let's put it
I know,
this
that's
way.
what makes me cry. Like, it was very difficult to explain to someone. We're like, should I keep watching the LCS? I know that Doublelift and Bjergsen are gone, and I'm like,
right.
Think of the rookie talent, though.
Okay, so what can people specifically look forward to? I know you can't just announce like their whole lineup, but for people who are like, I'm an Ovely fan, the couple of those that exist, what can they be excited for during your time at G4?
You're gonna see me unleashed, essentially. All the stuff that you wanted me to see me do on like the LCS broadcast or in my content on streams or just on social media, G4 is giving me the backing and also letting go of the leash. So you're gonna get Ovally content just full force running at
So
you.
I mean, I feel like we've already had some of that with like the Team Liquid collaborations and stuff, right?
Hmm.
Like
But
the
even with that, I can't say like buttholes and stuff
I
with
mean,
Alienware, who is a
Your
wonderful
WAP music
sponsor.
video was
That was pushing the limit.
yes, exactly. So
But I mean,
we've had glimpses of that before, and it sounds like it's going to be that's
mhm,
the type of content that we should expect to be seeing.
you're gonna see more of it essentially because like I can't do the Liquid update year round, right? There's just not enough Liquid news or there's not enough like of that specific stuff to do. But having G4 open, like there's the Bleep Esports show that I'm working on, but there's also Attack of the Show, which is going to do like pop culture and like fun skits and like really weird fever dreamish type of
And
stuff
should we
there.
expect to see you as part of that ever?
Can I finish talking about, what I'm trying to say really fast? Unless you, Travis, listen, I know that you're so sad because you're like, oh no, Avali, my little protege, is just continuing to surpass me in every single way. First, she left me at Yahoo to join the LCS, and then after that, I was like, haha, she is but a freelancer, and I can start my ascent. And then Avali surpassed me as a freelancer. And then now, oh, look at that. She's on G4 with the people that I adored when I was but a child sitting in front of a TV screen. Oh, she's talking with Sessler. I've had the biggest man crush on him since I was but a 12-year-old
To be
boy.
clear, that is not an accurate representation of I enjoyed X Play. I was not.
So what's
Anyway,
really
are you
exciting
I
is
know you
that,
said I was supposed to let you
bringing
talk,
back
but
Attack of the Show and X-Play to the fans, to introduce them to everything because they missed it like the first time around, right? Right? Okay, cool. Let me talk. So you could see me doing anime segments on Attack of the Show for like, I don't know, Attack on Titan that's going out right now that's really freaking good and I'm pumped about certain characters and aspects. Or you could see me with Sessler breaking down, I don't know, a new Weeb game. Or maybe for some reason he wants to rate League of Legends and I'm there with him and he's like, I'd give this game a 5 out of 5. And I'm like, no, 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 Sessler. This game is trash. We play it because we're addicted. There is no escape. Just take that 5. It's a 2 at most. That's maybe some of the type of stuff that you're gonna see. You just look so disappointed in me.
I'm excited for you,
You
but I know I'm not allowed to ever guide you on these topics. What? Okay, there's an Amazon box sitting in a corner with
It's
a green
a it's
screen.
a 10 by 8 green screen that I can use for like a bunch of content. And sure, this room looks like it's a mess, but in that Amazon box, there's equipment. And then in this dog bed, there's a dog.
Well, okay, so actually, that's a good question. What does life look like for you at G4 in 6 to 8 to 9 months to whenever obviously like stuff starts to get better in the with the pandemic?
Do you still have hope that we're gonna, be able to?
Yes, I expect at some point in time I will be able to leave this home. So I mean to that point, I just mean like
Do you
it's
not
curious.
see how I've pimped out my office? My
Yes.
office is like I can do whatever I want. I can kick your butt in terms of content with this green screen. Anything that your heart desires, I can do and more.
I just want to point out that you were asking me for advice on how to get a camera and stuff like that. So I have assisted you in the
Lots of
creation of this
cameras.
thing that you were trying to flame me for.
Isn't that our relationship though? Isn't that
I
our
know. I'm
friendship?
just saying. I feel like I deserve a little appreciation sometimes.
Talk more about how great I am.
Anyway, so you are doing this G4 stuff. I guess the one question is you. So you said you'll still be able to stream. So it's not like this is going to be your sole existence. Everything Ovally does will be with G4.
Honestly, like the way that I feel right now is I want to give like 100% of my mind and soul to G4 because I think I have like a really cool opportunity to, be one of their first talent,
Yeah.
like just as is, and help create and shape these shows that they are building throughout this B4G4 segment to really find and solidify whatever that content plan is when the launch happens. So that's something that's really cool to me, and I want to, give it my 110%, give it my all. to make sure that when we have that launch, it's the best and biggest freaking launch that anyone has ever seen. And people who had no idea what G4 was originally, like now they see it and they go, crap, okay, so they really are back. Two, they're not just doing like their same old stuff. They've got, new faces, new talent, new content, and new directions and places that they're moving. So I'm excited for that. But of course, when I have free time, I'll still stream on the side and do whatever extra content because, they can't take all the ideas.
When will I, because I've welcomed you onto so much of my stuff, like this interview, for instance, which I requested with you, was not offered to me. I requested it. When will I be able to collab with you on something, or be a guest on one of your things?
Let me just pull something up really quick. How many Twitter followers do you have? Twitter/Travis Gafford. I'm going to run this through analytics really fast. Okay, 162,000. That's not too bad. Oh, you were on Code Vico's stream. That's actually that's a huge bump. That's some exposure right there. Ooh, but
I'm still 10K ahead of you.
For now. You had what? Like
no, I've super stalled out in the past month, but I'm still 10K ahead of you.
We'll see. We'll see what happens after, the announcement
so
comes out.
So are you suggesting that you're not interested in helping anyone who is below your level, that you're not interested in featuring anybody, that everyone you interact with must be more famous than you? Is that what the
Didn't
the
I
plan
invite
is?
you onto GME, to Good Morning Esports?
Yes. And you said that you wanted me and Peter to do it together, and then Peter just like never responded to you because that's the person he is now. But
so now you know what you need to do.
If you think I can get Peter to Peter would not even do a retirement interview with me. So if you think I'm capable of getting him to do anything, you're kidding yourself. All right, okay, whatever. So I'm not going to be on any of your stuff. That's cool. But here, I'm trying to help you in this interview.
Okay.
Because normally, I don't know if you know what these things are, but normally when you go to be interviewed by somebody to promote something you're doing, you want to give details on that. So what are the specific things people can watch and find you in?
Okay, I'm new to this, okay? Yeah. I'm not used to people wanting to hear what I have to say, okay? I usually just stand in a corner and keep going, and
You're doing that right now. Where could people find the things that you want that you're doing? I'm trying to help you.
I'm trying to accept the help. But I had like a little bit of a burpee coming up, so I paused. Well, everyone, if you're interested to follow me and my new adventures within G4, the amazing gaming network that is coming soon to any screen near you, you can follow us on Twitter at G4TV, Instagram, and all of that other fun stuff. But even more specific to yours truly, you can go to YouTube and look at the Bleep Esports show. I think the link is Bleep Esports because it used to be G4 TV Esports. Let me check. Pause.
I'm looking it up right now. This is all staying in, by the way. I want you to know.
You know what? That's fine. I encourage it because
if I look up G4 TV,
that the show is real. Yeah. So it is the Bleep Esports show. That is the title of our channel. Okay. The Bleep Esports show. It features me and Froskurin, and of course one lovely guest. We've had Flowers on so far. Today this interview comes out, we're having another really awesome guest, Tyler One. This happens, show comes out every single Friday. There's always going to be random stuff that we're talking about.
Is Trey always on it from Riot, the producer?
Listen, we're in a pandemic. We pull talent where we can.
Okay, but I offered earlier to help you, and so, you're not even going to have me on, but you'll
Travis
pull
Gafford's
producers
YouTube channel. Notice how Travis is flailing now, saying, "How do I get onto G4?"
I've always enjoyed working with you, Ovely. Working with you has been one of the joys of my career. I'm coming in on a decade of working in esports this year, and when I list the highlights of my accomplishments, I think, helping you have a platform at Yahoo and then seeing what you've been able to do since then has been definitely ranks up near the top.
All right. Well, that's very sweet of you. Do you want to just show the script that you were reading off of to everyone who's watching? My grandma's going to watch this. And what was that eye flare? What was that eye flare?
I
My
just
grandma is like a fan of you, and
you,
that's how you treat
no,
my
I
grandma.
she's great. I wasn't doing that in response to that.
You
I
went
was
like this. You
looking
went
at
like this.
I've pulled up your video so that I can like talk about it.
Okay.
So okay, so there's the Bleep Esports show, which by the way I was able to find just by going to youtube.com/G4TV. It's on the front
Good.
page there. I know it's got its own breakout YouTube channel, which I think is good strategy, by the way.
Is.
Um,
So I know that there's going to be a lot of people who just don't understand it at first. And this isn't even speaking to G4's specific social media strat because I don't have insight onto that.
yeah,
I'm speaking purely from observations that I've had, both with working with you and also, flaming ESPN esports. Um, what people often find is that, people subscribe to a YouTube channel for the content that they like to see. And if that YouTube channel starts to become just like a mishmash of all these other random things. Like there may be people who like Attack of the Show but aren't super into X Play because they don't play games. They just watch the pop culture. It doesn't make sense for, them to subscribe to something like that. That's just my interpretation. I have no insight as to their
yeah,
social
yeah.
media stuff.
I'm sure people care about YouTube strategy. I'm just saying I was able to find your video on the G4 TV YouTube channel.
I'm very happy that you were able to do that.
So people could go
Congratulations,
find
Travis.
it
You
there.
figured
Is there
out.
anything else
Yes.
that people can find you on or should be looking out for? Again, this is where you
Um,
plug anything.
I'm trying to plug things. There's the G4 TV Discord, which is really cool. A lot of legacy fans are in there. Newer fans are slowly trickling in. So if you're curious about any of the older G4 content or what's happening with some of the future G4 content, like people are popping in there and just asking asking questions to like the mods and people who are in there. I'll start dropping in and saying hello now that all the announcements are out and everything's official. I'm just really looking forward to it because I know that I'm going to end up learning a lot, which I feel like over the last, I don't know, through some of like my past working relationships, I didn't feel like I was learning. And I feel like with G4, this relationship, I'm just going to keep going, whoop. That's right, Travis. I learned nothing from you.
I'm gonna end this interview, but I just want to say that I want to point something out. We had two PR people who I have never met before join the call just to sort of listen in and make sure that nothing went awry. One of them have now left. Like one of them literally got so tired of hearing us talk that they've just hung up and are no longer in the call. So I guess that's a testament to the quality of this interview. Anyway, congratulations on the gig. I know that you've been hinting at this for a while, and
Yeah.
I'm happy that you're finally able to talk about it. I'm sure you are too.
Did I hit everything? I'm trying to think. I'm like, I think I hit everything.
Yes, in a very sporadic
I'm a
and broadly
shill now,
sweeping
Travis.
way, but
I'm a shill.
I'm sure. But people can find all this stuff on your Twitter too. If you forgot anything, I'm sure you'll tweet it out.
Yeah, and also, like, I am genuinely excited for this.
Yeah.
Like, I thought that this was just going to be, like, after LCS, I'm like, oh no, what do I do now? Do I just be Travis and just, like, hang on to Alienware for the rest of my career? And then,
And
boom,
Game Fuel.
G4 comes in. And Game Fuel. Is that why you've been sipping it this entire time? What about
I've been sipping it the
water?
entire time because I really like Game
Hydration.
Fuel, but they don't sponsor this interview specifically. I just, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not sponsored by Hydration, but what is it, the subreddit Hydro Homies?
Okay,
back me
so anything you want to say to any of the fans out there?
Yes. I freaking miss you all so much since leaving the LCS. I know I haven't been doing a lot of LCS specific content, and I know some of you have reached out to me saying, Ovally, please, dear God, give us LCS content. We need it. I'm sorry that I haven't uploaded anything new, but I promise you it's because I have been hard at work helping G4 and really finding out what content we can do to best serve you all as fans. So please, please, please let me know, let us all know what you want to see in the future moving forward, because I would love to help make your wishes and your ideas like a freaking reality. Just because we need more weird in esports and on the internet. And G4 is the one that's going to give it to us.
Thank you so much for the interview, Avali. Best of luck as you move forward into this next phase of your career.
And this was Travis Gafford
And
signing
for
off.
everyone else, you can
And
check out the rest of my
for
coverage.
everyone else, you can check out the rest
of
of my
all
coverage of all things esports on my
right
YouTube
here
channel.
on my YouTube
Right
channel.
here on my YouTube channel, Twitch channel. Thank you, Alienware, for Game Fuel and monitors.
What was I supposed to say again? I know it's. Oh yes, that's what I was supposed to say. I'm supposed to tell you about Alienware. You can go check them out at alienware.com/Travis. There's a link in the description below. You can use Travis 10 off Q4. Sometimes people tweet at me, and they say I can't find the code. The code is always in the description of these videos. So it does change from time to time. In fact, it might be becoming something new very soon. But Travis 10 off Q4, you can save 10% off your order of an Alienware computer. And thank you so much to Alienware for sponsoring this channel. Also, please subscribe to the channel because it's the only way I can gauge the progress of time in my life and what I'm accomplishing.